What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So happy weekend to everyone. Hopefully you guys are enjoying yourselves this weekend. I want to talk, this is going to be a quick video. Just want to talk a little bit about what we are anticipating seeing in the next 3 weeks. So we will have Congress, we'll have the House and the Senate reconvening on the 13th. So that's good news. Now the Senate, they did semi-comeback. They've come back. They came back last week. They were very quiet. We didn't hear much going on. But now we'll have both the Senate and the House coming back on the 13th. And then we'll have to see where it goes from there. The main talk that we're going to hear about is going to be the budget for 2023. So you're going to hear the back and forth, and they'll see if they can do a continued resolution, kick the can down the road for a couple of months, and then maybe address it again in December. That's generally what happens. That's kind of been the pattern that we've seen for the last few years. And so we'll probably see the same thing happening. And so I don't see any real legislation coming out until after the midterm elections. And we're talking, when I say after, I mean January, because we're gonna most likely see a lame duck Congress after the election. And the main reason why we would see a lame duck Congress after the election is because you're going to have some politicians will win, some politicians will lose. You'll have some open seats, and so we'll have a new politician coming in that seat. And so they generally don't like to do anything. They like to wait, because it's kind of like, let's say you're getting ready to retire on your job and you only have a couple months left, and the new person is already, they're getting ready to have the new person in there. All you're doing is getting your stuff together. You're not really focused on the future, what you can do for the future. You're just focused on what you need to, cleaning out your desk and all that stuff and getting ready for your retirement. So we're going to see a lot of politicians that, I won't say a lot, but we will see some politicians that lose their race, and we will see some new politicians coming in on open seats. And so that is what we're anticipating. Now, that can change depending on what happens. And we could have an emergency situation where they need to pass legislation for emergency purpose. But that's the only thing that I can see when it comes to any new legislation. Now, I know people want to know about a $200 raise for Social Security and some other child tax credit, all this other stuff that have been talked about in the past. That's probably not going to even be looked at or even mentioned until after January. And I know there have been people frustrated, and they've been in the comments, in my comments, saying, look, President Biden lied. He said he was going to do this. He said he was going to do that. The only thing that I can say, and I'm not here to defend the president, but we have to look at the reality here. We are halfway through his administration, okay? So he still has 2 more years. So the hope is that they can move forward with something when it comes to Social Security in the next 2 years. What Democrats want that $200 raise for Social Security, or at least some Democrats, we won't say all. And when it comes to Republicans, they want to focus on the solvency issue. They want to focus on the fact that Social Security, the trust fund, will run out of money in 2035. Just the trust fund, okay? Social Security will still be around, but the trust fund will run out of money in 2035. And so that's what the Republicans want to address. Now, Democrats want to address both. They want to address the trust fund as well as a raise for Social Security. And so that's where we are right now. I don't anticipate seeing any new legislation until January, and anything significant. You might see some little bills come through, but for the most part, everyone right now, they're focused on the budget for 2023 and then the election. That's what you're going to see a lot of focus on. And so we'll just have to follow it and see where it goes. But I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update when it comes to that and what to anticipate. Also, on the 13th, we're going to get the CPI score. So that's going to be very important because if you've been following my show, you know that we're looking at July, August, and September. So we will get the numbers for August on the 13th. And that's good because we'll have a better idea of what COLA will look like for people receiving Social Security in 2023. So that's all I have for you guys. I do want to tell you guys, thank you guys for all your support. I really appreciate it. I posted a video about Walter a couple of days ago, and there was a lot of people that got in the comments and and sent their prayers, and I really, really appreciate that. Like I said, Walter was a really good man. He really was, and I had the opportunity to chat with him a few times, and it's crazy. It just makes you think when you start really looking at things. Life is very short. Life is very short, so you need to get out there and make yourself happy. And I know I talk about living abroad and other options when it comes to if you're struggling in the U.S., consider looking at other avenues. And that's the main reason why I talk about that, because the reality is, if Congress isn't going to do anything for you, the president isn't going to do anything for you when it comes to the raising Social Security, when it comes to just helping you live a better life, then you're going to have to figure out a way to do that, because life is short and you only have one life. So if that means that you're going to need to move somewhere else, go live in another country, by all means, look into it at the very least. At least see what your options are. And so the bottom line is, I just wanted to say thank you guys all for your support. It really, really means a lot, and I'm sure it means a lot to his family as well. If you guys have any questions, post them down below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.